What's good? What's good? What's good? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. My name is Jeremy Wade, your chief content writer at BAM, Black American Market. I'm super excited to be here tonight. I am I'm thrilled to have a phenomenal guest join me. I am going to be interviewing a phenomenal international photographer who's doing some great things in his brand and his business. Here at Black American Market, our mission and our intent and our purpose is to be able to grow and utilize the opportunity to feature black owned businesses that are able to then take their products and services to the next level by utilizing the resources and the tools that Black American Market has to offer you all. So I definitely want to say thank you to all of you all for coming out on this glorious motivational Monday and to be able to share some time with me as I get ready to interview this phenomenal young man that is doing great things in his business and brand. Super excited to have him. I see that he's joined the live. I'm going to give him a few moments to get his bearings together, and then we're going to go ahead and start the interview. I want you all to drop some gems and some fireballs in my chat. Let me know where you're from. Talk to me real quick while I give my interviewee some time to get his bearings together. I want to know where you all are tuning in from tonight as we start this week. This is the last week of March. Friday is the beginning of the second quarter. How are you getting your business in place so that you are able to be successful for quarter two? I'm super excited to have you all. And I want to say again, thank you so much to everyone that's tuning in right now. I pray that you're doing well. Go ahead and tag and share this live with your favorite 5 friends. Let them know that we about to drop some gems tonight. So with that being shared, I'm going to go ahead and onto the platform and we can get started with this interview. I appreciate you all for tuning in, and I'm just super excited to have you all here tonight. Thank you so much. What's up, boss? How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, boss? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Good. Yeah, definitely.
That's dope, man. That's dope. That's dope, man. Well, I appreciate you for tuning in, man. I appreciate what you're doing, how you're actually, creating so much content and being a pillar in our community. So I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself, boss. Let the people know who you are, what you do, and why you serve.
Wow. Well, thank you for having me, first of all.
Yeah, man.
Hey, so my name is Shaka Watson, and I'm the owner-operator of Blind Vision Photography. We are a wedding and portrait company. We cover, we're based in Baltimore. We cover the D.C., Maryland, Virginia area, and also uh, we're nationwide. We travel to DC, Philly, Delaware, Pittsburgh, Atlanta, as far as Ghana. So
That's what's up. Ghana
yeah,
International.
yeah.
Y'all heard it here first. Comment in the comments. Drop some DMV. I need to hear that because I'm right now. I'm situated in Maryland, but I love the fact that you're able to utilize the power of just the photography and being able to create such a illustrious vision that you have for your brand and for your business. And I really want to know how you got started in this line of work, because it is hard to be a photographer, and I think it takes a certain tool and a certain eye for the imagination. So how'd you get started as a photographer?
Well, I think I got started at a very early age. I started with I started with a film camera at like under like 7 or 8 years old. Just playing around with it. My dad had this film camera, like a Canon 81. At that time was like the top of the line camera. So I was just using it around the house, taking family portraits, just pictures at family functions or whatever may have. And so it's always been something that's in me, throughout the years. And then as I got older, It wasn't until my wife was like, "Hey, I think you have like something here with this photography. You need to pursue it full time." So
Facts.
I'm like, okay. And then I think it was like one Christmas she bought me a camera, bought my first like camera, my first like DSLR. So I
No,
just started shooting with it more, started shooting more, and then went from that to like booking clients, and then from there just steamrolled into this.
that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. And I think for us to be able to utilize what we have in our community and be able to actually build a business and build a legacy, because you are growing your legacy as a photographer, how important is it to be a pillar in the Black community and be able to just allow people to see your vision behind the lens?
It's very important, man, because it's a lot of you get a lot of you need examples. No matter which way it's coming from, and you need a positive example. A lot of people have dreams and hopes, but they're sidetracked or discouraged, should I say, by their community and by their surroundings. So, when I walk the same path as many people, I'm not like I grew up right in the city, so I try to show people that, hey, there's there are there's success out of your surroundings. You know what I mean? There's success out of your nutshell. So just to show people like, hey, I'm human too, and I'm standing right beside you, but like, let's push together, and I just to influence other people around me, man. That's what it's all about for me.
I respect that. I respect that. And I
Mm,
think you mentioned something that's very phenomenal that we tend to overlook is the power of our dream and some of the goals that we have in life. I think we let adversity or trials or tribulations deter us from achieving our dreams and
right.
aspirations. How have you been fueled by those dreams that continue to light a passion within you to get up and create every day?
Oh man, my family, my boys. Just want to be that example for them. You know, my upbringing wasn't the worst. I'm not going to say like my worst, but I just don't want my sons to have to go through what I did. Show them a different life, and show them a different. So I grind every day, and I also wanted to see my hustle. And see it like what hard work pays off to what's accomplished from hard work and dedication and not quitting, and you know what I mean. It's not all like peachy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nah, I know I respect that, man, because I think as Black men we have so many different stereotypes that we have to overcome. Not only because when someone sees someone like us or me or you, they think a certain thing right off the jump, and when you're able to talk to them and show them your craft and just be able to have something that's so phenomenal and be able to spread positivity around the world, you can be able to overcome so much adversity. And so I think when we come together as a Black community and having Black American market be a pillar and to be able to feature you, I wanted to be able to know like how you would be able to mentor that next man that wants to start a business, that's watching this live, that's going to watch the replay. What would you say to that young man that comes from a tough surrounding and wants to start a business? What would you say to him right now?
Just do it. Just whatever small step towards making your dream come true. Just you got to start. As soon as that thought cross your mind, you got to execute on it. you know Not, it may not be just getting up and going down to your city hall and applying for LLC, or open up a storefront, but just go on Vistaprint and get a business card, get a shirt made, just simple things. Go on Facebook and make a separate Facebook business page. Simple, just go on IG, make a business account, just to put yourself in that position. You got to plant something to grow.
Exactly. And I love that.
You know?
I love that right there because it's powerful what you just said, being able to just start and being able to invest in yourself. A lot of you all that are watching this live and that are going to watch this replay, you don't have the motivation to invest in yourself, and that is free. Take the time
Yeah,
to invest the time in what you want to build. And I think this young man is an example of how he has invested in his craft and learned how to be able to provide value to us. If you are out there, chances are you're building a brand and a business, you need brand photography. You need an image that's going to be something that people will be willing to invest their time in. And so if you have that time to be able to invest in your craft, take the time to learn, take the time to
definitely.
listen and leverage. What was one of the best things that you learn from maybe a mentor that taught you the game or taught you how to take the right portraits, and how did you twist that and apply it to be able to create your own brand and your own message so that people, when people see you, you stand out and they know who you are.
Hmm. It's a great question. I think I'll have to say transparency, being transparent with your business. Um, as a business owner, when you're interacting with clients, you want to be transparent as possible. You don't want to promise a client, no matter what the business is, really. You don't want to promise a client something that's not possible for you to execute, or or is not executable, if that's a word.
Exactly. No, no, no. I,
Yeah,
I totally get where you're
you
coming
know,
from because
because a lot of business owners, you don't want to be in a position where you take on business or you take on a job,
yes,
and then that single job could ruin your reputation as a business owner. Like, reputation is everything.
right there, you
Right
see
there.
it. Yep, and I think that for us, like for your business, you can be that one stop shop where people come in and they see the vision of that one photo turning
Mm-hmm.
into a legacy. Because what
Mm-hmm.
you've done is you've been able to, for that someone that doesn't know where to start and they just want to get some brand photos for their Instagram or for their Facebook account, and they want to be able to put those photos out there for the world to see. Out of that portrait turns into a vision, into something that's way bigger than them. So I,
Mm-hmm.
I want to I want to know what's like the favorite industries that you've been able to take. I know you do a lot of wedding portraits and things like that, but is there a specific type of wedding venue that kind of like caught your eye, like, oh, on a beach or in a courthouse or in a church? Like, what's the aesthetic behind the wedding photography landscape?
Hmm. Um, hmm. I think we, as wedding photographers, and speaking for myself as well, I think um, we look for that aesthetic that's like that nostalgic, like, that timeless. Because a lot of times you can shoot in a million halls, you can shoot in a million hotels, but when you shoot in like that home, that old mansion, or that, with the great craftsmanship and the wood floors, and it's, you look for those timeless pieces.
Yeah,
So I have to say, yeah, it had to be something. I don't know. It had to be like an old mansion, or somewhat or the other.
I love it. No, the reason why I asked that is because I've seen like some of my sister's best friends get married, and I've seen the proposal videos, and I've seen the proposal photos as well. And for
Hmm.
me, I pinned this question in the comments below. So for those of you all that are watching, I want you to comment color or black and white, because I want to know from your perspective, boss, which one gets the most attention, the black and white photos or the color photos? Because the black and white, no, that classic feel to it, it's like that's I see that a lot. So let me
Hmm.
know. I want to know which one, which portrait gets the most.
Um, I I think I'll have to say color. I'll
Okay.
have to say color, but black and white are timeless.
Yeah, someone just commented that timeless.
Black and white are timeless. I've heard a quote before. Um, it said, "Color, shooting in color captures the person,
Okay.
but black and white captures the soul."
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Not.
black and white, so it's something I don't know what it is. I think it's the curiosity of looking at a black and white photo. You kind of you wonder like, like how does it look? How does that feel? Like, because you really don't know what the feel is. You don't know what the feel of the photo is. You don't know the time of the year. You don't know. You just see the person in their essence at that moment.
Yeah, nah, I appreciate that, and I think it's so beautiful to see the process that it takes from even in a photo shoot to the editing to the preparation of the shoot as well. And so I like for me, being a writer, and for some of those others that are watching the live and watching the replay, no matter your industry in, we all have a process and we all use tools and resources to get to the end result and to even start. So I want to know, like, what is that one piece of equipment that you cannot forget for a shoot? Like, if you forget this piece of equipment, the shoot's gonna go up in flames.
The camera. It's like, oh man. It's not seriously. Um, Let me see. I think it would have to be like my 35 millimeter lens.
Got you.
That's like my baby. Like I could leave everything home as long as I got my camera body in that one. Yeah, my 35 1.4. I'm
That's
good.
dope, man. I definitely have always been fascinated by those that definitely have an eye to shoot photography and videography. And I see we had a question come in, so I want to acknowledge the questions. For those of you all that are on this live, do me a favor. One, share this live because we about to go up with these questions. And I really want to pick this man's brain because he has a lot of knowledge and a lot of gems. Two, light up the comments with your questions and with the gems because I want to know how I can be able to, enhance this experience for this man because he's a phenomenal entrepreneur and philanthropist. So the question that I have from CEO Chanel is, when are you coming back with the Pure Gallery?
Oh man, no pressure, huh? Um, so soon, soon. It is actually in progress. The concept is in progress. Um, Soon. I will say in the next year. In the next year. The Pure Gallery also is it's a gallery I've done. Shoo, I can't remember. I think it was 2014. It was
Okay.
2014. I've shot a group of women in their purest form, the most transparent form. There, because a lot of times when you look on, especially now on social media, you see women that are not themselves or enhanced, and you
Yes.
see so much of it, it's so saturated with it. Um, I wanted to capture something, a gallery that shows like the everyday woman.
Nah, because
And
I think that women, they need to be celebrated. They need to be
yeah,
they need to
right,
be showered with those blessings and those gifts. And
right.
since we're talking about that, like I want to know like what has been the best part about this month being that it's Women's History Month? Because for me, I don't want to just celebrate our Black excellence in February and March. Because
Mhm.
I want to be able to carry it on all throughout the year, and that's why I created or signed a partnership with Black American Market. So, what has Black History Month and Women's History Month? What has that meant to you?
It's meant everything. It's your, it's my ancestry. This is where all this came from, all this knowledge and this drive and this passion. You know, so it's not just I'm the same way. I don't want to celebrate it in a month or so, or
Yeah.
whatever. But it's like that's my drive. When you look back, and especially when you look back 100 years from now, and you start seeing the things that we as a people has created in our minds, and especially in art, you
Mm,
know, like we came up with some phenomenal ideas, even in movies, film, writing, poetry, music. Like, it's just become, I don't know, it's we as a people, as black people, and black women especially,
yes. No.
it's just come up with like the dopest ideas, man.
Exactly. I love that. And so, like, I'm gonna get into some questions now about kind of like what has happened, not recently, because what recent happened, like yesterday, that I really don't want to shine a light on that. But in terms of what happened with Black Panther and the star that passed away, I want to know like what a movie like that and that essence of that whole Black Panther movement, because of past and present, Black Panthers in the past, and then that movie Black Panther in the present, how it was shot from your experience of just photography. Like, what did you see in that kind of inspired you after watching that movie?
Um, I think they did a brilliant job because I'm 38, so
Oh,
so I remember like Black Panther, the comic book, and it was like I could be wrong. I might get, but I actually think like the comic book was whitewashed to a point. So I think
mm,
to look at it in film and the casting and the dialogue and the tones and the color tones and everything was just like I think we as a people were captured beautifully.
that's
The whole, everything was just like everything was uplifted and exaggerated as it needed to be.
got you.
The whole Wakanda concept. We need Wakanda.
Yeah, nah,
You know,
I really love the movement that started for our culture as Black people, and I love what it's doing for us now even the more. And so like as more questions are coming into the conversation, and I appreciate you all for dropping these questions. I see one that's coming from Mariah here, and it says, "You speak passionately about photography as its therapy for you. What feelings or emotions do you get? I'm guessing when you, what feelings or emotions do you experience while you're working?"
it definitely is therapy. Um, I think it's the connection with the client and
Got,
the feeling of I'm creating something when I'm looking through the lens and I'm taking that shot. Because a lot of times people have the concept of or have they think what the shot is going to look like,
got you.
and they don't know what I'm shooting. So I say, well,
Hey,
well,
boss, I think you flipped your camera too.
let me see. Hold on.
I just did. I thought it was just
I thought it
something.
was me. Yeah, I thought something was. Hold on.
Uh, there you go. One
Remember
more time.
that?
Do it one more time. There you go. There it
All right.
is.
I still can't even see myself, but I'm good now.
Yeah, I'm good. We can see you.
All right, cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it's the creating the image. It gives me like I don't know. It's like it definitely is an excitement. It's an adrenaline, definitely an adrenaline rush. It's creating something that I know like when the client sees this, it's going to be. It's I don't. It's weird it's weird to explain really.
That's dope. I like I like the intentionality behind everything that you put your heart into, because it definitely seems like there's a unique intent behind every shoot, and there's a purpose behind you establishing this brand for yourself. Because I've worked with some photographers, and their direction when I'm in a shoot is like, I'm it's like, should I be the photographer, or are you gonna, let me know where I'm supposed to be and where I'm supposed to go? So what is like your direction on set when you're actually doing a brand photo shoot, or just a shoot in general? How do you take, what's the command that you take when you're on set doing that shoot?
So my tactic is really to get the person to be themselves as much as possible, because I want to capture the person. I want to capture you. I don't want you to do anything out of your norm, because that shows. It shows in photos. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of times in my line of work, I don't. Uh, in my line of work, is more so impromptu photos or moments. I capture moments more so.
uh,
A lot of, yeah. There's times I do, I do studio work and so on and so forth, and those are, even in those cases, I try to get the person, like, just be yourself, like breathe. A
mm,
lot, 9 times out of 10, the client that comes to me, they have never had a photo shoot before, or they never been in front of a camera or been in a studio setting. So just to get engaged with that person and say, like, hey, just take a second to breathe, be yourself. There's no pressure here. And when you get that person, when you get to that point where that person is like comfortable in their own skin, it's like, it's endless what you can capture.
yeah, nah,
Yeah.
definitely I definitely understand when it comes to, being able to capture that moment. And there's a lot of great comments that people were, dropping in. It says Miss Mashan, I think, is that Miss Mashan, says
Yeah.
definitely the connection and energy when he shot my headshots got me comfortable and out of my shell. And she says thanks to you.
Oh,
And then
man.
a few other people. Samantha said, "I'm a witness of his." I'm gonna add on to that what Samantha said. I'm a witness to the greatness. And then Mariah says, "I'm weird behind the cameras, but she probably knows she'd be operating and then some." And then Chanel said, the studio work is captured in moments too. So a lot of people are resonating, kind of with what you're saying, and I really appreciate how you are actually kind of setting the tone of the importance of the photography industry, because you're not just a domestic photographer, meaning that you're in the States, you're international. Talk about kind of like how it was going over to, you said Ghana, right?
Yeah.
How was it going over to Ghana and capturing I like to call it the motherland? How was it going over there to capture that? Tell us about that experience.
Man, that experience is like, I don't want to say it's once in a lifetime, because I definitely want to do it again. But it inspired me as an artist. It inspired me to, like, people said, they say, you haven't lived until you travel.
Yes.
And to see the world, outside of
Mhm.
your shell, and to seeing the world on the travel, to shoot, it's like, it's amazing. When going over there and just seeing, like, so many of our people.
Yeah.
It was just amazing, like, just to see so many people, like, day to day. Just it's just amazing, the colors and the tones and the people. Just, it was like Wakanda, not
Hey,
to be,
that's
you
why I
know.
wanted to I wanted to tie the two together, because having that aesthetic and then just
Hmm.
being able to, you go over, to Ghana and shoot. I think that, for me, I kind of related to, playing soccer overseas. Like, I never thought that soccer would take me overseas to play in different countries, and it did. And then, to be able to see how your craft is taking you to another country, to be able to shoot in its purest form, in its essence, that allows you to grow, is something that was, beyond me. And I was very excited to ask you about that, because I think when you look at how these different countries, especially in within our like Africa and over there, and those different provinces and just things like that. It's amazing to see the true essence of what goes on behind the scenes, because it can truly inspire a nation and inspire us to kind of be able to build the legacies that we have planned and how we're actually moving forward. So I wanted to know, like, for you, like, what do you have planned specifically for quarter 2, like as you continue to grow and elevate and the brand takes on new shifts and shapes and different dimensions? What do you have planned for quarter 2?
So currently, my biggest plan is just to execute on a higher level. To execute on a higher level. So currently, I just want to, just capture bigger, if that makes sense. You
Hmm.
know, those grand weddings or those grand clients, and those bigger tasks. I'm just want to, put myself in a position, working on my brand as well, whether it's my website or my content that I put out, just elevating myself, my appearance to draw those larger clients.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And I like the perspective that you have on that and what it means to be able to elevate and expand. And I think so many of us, we get content and we forget about how to grow and evolve in times when we see ourselves not being able to take that next step. And so I really appreciate the approach that you have to your business, and then how it's able to inspire just men, and I appreciate the women too. But I think seeing black men doing phenomenal things is inspiring to someone like myself who has taken strides in business. And definitely, we all face adversity, but it's how you bounce back from that. And to be able to see you striving and thriving, and to be able to just have that balance is phenomenal. So I commend you for that. And I really wanted to know how you utilize this platform of Instagram to reflect the photography business, because a lot of photographers, they're so successful in business, but they fail to actually propel their business on social media platforms that will and then enhance their photography, because you're in a unique niche. People know you for the wedding industry and the wedding portraits. So how do you utilize Instagram to kind of propel or uplift that brand that you're the persona you're taking on?
So you have to take advantage of life and life's vices in today's day and age. Social media is here. You can't, as a business owner, you have to elevate with life. Social media isn't going to be a thing that's up and leave, and isn't you're not going to look 10 years from now and say, oh man, remember Instagram? Or maybe we will. You see what happened to other platforms, but while it's here, you have to take full advantage. You have to take full advantage of it. You have to think about the day-to-day person. The and when people wake up in the morning, 6:30, 7 o'clock, whatever, 9 times out of 10 that person grabs their phone, they go into the bathroom and they start scrolling. So why not, when they scroll, they see you, they see your work. It's all about what people see. They have to you have to be present. You
Of course.
definitely your brand has to be present. When you're watching, you may not eat McDonald's, but you remember that McDonald's commercial while you're watching the NBA game.
Oh yeah. Now
You know,
McDonald's is everywhere you see. They
you
popping up.
can't. They're everywhere. You can't miss them.
Exactly. I
Yeah,
think no matter what you think about their food, they getting money
they're
while
there.
oh, they
They
burger that then third and third. They making what 10 families can't even make in one day. So I mean, I really think that the you have to be able to increase your engagement and in the awareness that people have for your products and services. Your brand and business has to get in front of more eyes. People
hmm
have two eyes. So if you can talk to 10 people a day, then that
Yeah.
is 20 eyes that you're getting in front of.
Mhm.
Like your left eye not gonna miss with the right eye. Like
Exactly.
we not gonna get
Exactly.
all of that.
Yeah.
But
Right.
like I really truly believe that like how social media has positioned us amid a pandemic and just being able to allow most people to get in front of screens, it
Right.
creates a unique dynamic for us. And
Hmm.
so I really truly appreciate what you're doing, especially for the black community, and actually allowing just so many black entrepreneurs to be just so uplifted by the craft and know that you don't have to be so professional and formal in terms of building your brand or business. You can be creative and utilize what truly fuels your passion, because there's a photographer out there that's going to watch this live, that's going to click on this replay, and they're going to see you, and they're going to be inspired by the words of affirmation and manifestation. So as we kind of wind down this live, I really want you to give your best piece of advice that, like I said, I know I asked this earlier on, but I really want you to kind of bring it home and reinforce it, because there's in this day and time, we need to come together and motivate each other. And that's why we have this BAM interview series, because every day we want to highlight hardworking, just talented and professional entrepreneurs in the black community like yourself. So I want you to take the time to go ahead and give those words of affirmation and manifestation, and let us know how we can support you in any way, shape, or form.
Um. Whatever your dream is, everybody has a dream. Everybody has a talent. You're not. We're not born just to get up and go clock in and clock out. There's the next Michael Jackson working at a Starbucks right now. There's the next, Picasso or whatever. There's there's people that's working 9 to 5 with amazing talents, but they're restricted by the fear of that that guarantee with that the 9 to 5 provides. That salary or whatever the case may be. So speaking of the leap of faith, you don't. I wouldn't necessarily say, hey, forget your jobs, go point blank and just jump into your business. If you do, just be prepared for the struggle. Be prepared for that struggle. You know what I mean? If you're not built for that struggle, then you're gonna be right back at the 95. And it
Exactly.
happens. And it happens. But I say, you have to at least put your dreams into motion.
Yep.
It's like buying a suit. It's like buying a suit at 19, and by the time you're like 40, you done gain weight and this and that, and all you did was just buy your suit and set it in the closet. That's your dreams right
Mhm.
there. You just got your dreams and you just hung it up. You have that suit. It's wrapped in the plastic and everything,
Yep.
but it's just hanging there. You haven't done nothing with it. You never wore it to a wedding. You never wore it to a business meeting, a party, nothing. You did nothing with the suit. And then by the time you're ready to put the suit on, it's too late. You had to change course or buy another suit. Now you got to alter the suit. So life is the same way. You have dreams, you want to act on it at that moment, because you never know what life can happen. Like anything can happen a year from now. Life changes drastically. you know so you need to, you just act on it, man. Just whatever it is, write it down. When
Yep.
you put words on paper, a lot of times when you put words on paper and you just read it back to yourself, just hearing it out loud is and you can inspire yourself. You don't have to be like the next person, and you don't have to nothing comes, and also don't let social, I just posted about this on Facebook the other day. Don't let social media get you discouraged, man. None of the stuff comes overnight. As an entrepreneur, you got to put like at least 5 years in before you can get any kind of residual. you
Exactly.
know
Exactly.
it doesn't happen that way. It doesn't come right back to you. So you just have to understand, like, it's a grind before you even see anything.
You gotta love it. You
You
got
gotta love it.
you gotta love it. Like
Yeah.
I mean, I can honestly attest to this. Like this year, the pivot for me has been, amid hosting these lives. I love it, and I want to, move in a certain direction. But I host about two lives a day, and I'm up there for about 45 minutes to an hour, and just having the conversation and being able to exchange thoughts and be able to allow that to be a form of currency and learn and listen is I love the grind, and if you don't love the process, then you're not going to achieve the result. And so I truly appreciate that, man, and
Hmm.
that means a lot coming from a black man. It's great to interview women, and I love them, and I acknowledge them, and I adore them. But it's something about hearing it from a black man that has went through the struggle, that knows the what you have to do to overcome it. Because I mean, oftentimes we as men, as black men, will be introduced to other men from other cultures that want to, advise us of how we to go about a path to get to a
Yeah.
certain result. And while I, acknowledge that, and I say thank you, like I can't take that advice from someone that I they don't know what I go through on a daily basis as a black,
Hmm.
getting
Hmm.
stopped by, police, or getting judged by the way I wear my hair, or the way my cap is backwards, or so I really truly appreciate conversations and moments like this, because it definitely allows me to stay motivated and inspired. So I definitely appreciate you, King, and the comments are going crazy for you. I mean, just acknowledging the true genius and the creative work that you do. I've been privileged and honored to meet you, and I want to say thank you for that.
I appreciate you too, boss. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for having me here on this amazing platform. I'm honored, just to be here, just to talk to brothers like yourself, and just talk to people. I remember myself, in the beginning, and I just wish there was something like this to that I can look at to give me that inspiration, because it's needed. It's definitely needed.
It's never too late, man. It's never too late. I'm just jumping into my 30s, and I definitely am looking forward to, what God has planned for me, and just being able to show the world the journey that I'm going to embark on. And I appreciate, like I said, just being able to just sit, listen, reflect, and learn. So, without further ado, I want to let you go so you enjoy the rest of your night. It's the first day of a phenomenal week, and I know you're gonna, do amazing things, and strive for greater. I want to thank you for joining the Black American Market. Just interview series, and being able to sit down with me, and just have this conversation. And anything that we can do for you at BAM, please don't hesitate to let us know. And that same thing goes for those of you who are watching this live and the replay. We host interviews every Monday through Thursday, featuring Black entrepreneurs that are doing great things in their business and with their brand. So if y'all want to be featured, comment on this post, DM us, and share and save this live so that you can watch the replay. And I want to give you, like, do you have any last minute words before we let you go? Because I really want to, allow you to be able to share with us, any and everything that you have coming up.
Um, just thank you again, man. Thank you again for having me on this platform and just taking the time out to talk to me and have me share my dreams and my vision and my passion on this platform. I just really appreciate it, and I just can't reiterate it on enough. People, if you have a dream, man, just do it. Just do it. As far and this is another thing is the as far as social media. Just think about 30 years ago. If you wanted to advertise something, you would have to go to like a print shop and get a poster and go to a store and ask permission to hang it up at the store and all this other stuff. You have it free in the palm of your hand now. Get a picture, post it, and there it is.
Big facts, big facts. Hey, that's taking me a walk down memory lane. Like I can't even hold you. Like I'm on the cusp of like the MySpace era. So you know,
Right.
I definitely remember how far we've come with this online era. So
Hmm.
man, it's a blessing to be able to. Someone dropped it in the comments that social media is free marketing. So just
Yeah.
take advantage of it. But again, man, I appreciate you, and I really want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I really want to allow you to have a great and phenomenal night, and just enjoy it with your family and your friends, and be safe out here. And
You too, bro.
I definitely appreciate you, man. So with that being said, I'm gonna just close out the live, and then just exit out of here, and we can reconvene if you have any comments for us. We could definitely take them via the DM, and just allow us to be able to serve you in the best way, shape, or form. And for those of you all watching, don't forget to download the Black American Market app. Also, if you want to join the directory, hit that link in the bio, surf the web, find out a lot of information that you can about the whole platform. We're doing some phenomenal things in quarter 2. This is only the beginning, so get ready for what is to come. So with that being said, I want to let you all know it's your favorite sensei with the wordplay. It's Progress J. I'm super excited to have been and will be your chief content writer for Black American Market for the quarter 2 and for years to come. I'm super excited about this partnership. Appreciate you, boss. Can't say thank you enough. And with that being said, I'm gonna close out this live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Y'all have a nice night. Take it easy.